Hello, lovely Cancerians. January 2025 reading, and one card just, it went like a kind of, you know, in that film where they got that white plastic bag. What is that film? Someone put it in the comments section, because your memory will be better than mine. And that white plastic bag floats to the floor. This card did that for you, the Hermit. It literally went like that. So we know that we are entering, it's like, this is entering 2025. You're doing it with a lamp. I always say the Hermit kind of wears a onesie, but you know, it's kind of sackcloth in this case. You are still, and you are within, and you are a self-contained crab at the moment. I like this vibe for you. It feels chilled. It feels composed, actually, is the word that I'm getting. I like it when you Cancerians are composed. You do dignity and being composed better than most. So that's good. It's nice to start in an, I don't want to say in control, because I wouldn't say you were in control any more than anyone else. But, you know, it's like, okay. Tell me some more, please, for my lovely Cancerians. Do drop a crab in the comments and say hello. I love reading my Cancerian comment section. Whoa! Hermit with the Hanged Man. That's both very similar energy. Hanged Man is the energy of stillness and taking a beat and a pause between maybe going from 2024 into 2025. I mean, what is it but just a leap over in the calendar, really? There's something here psychologically that you are harbouring. This is what Cancerians will do. You harbour something, you give it literally safe harbour. It's like you've got your arms around it. So this could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a situation, like a living situation, and you're like this. I'm going to keep this close. I'm going to keep this in here. I'm going to keep this real. It may be as well that if you have a feeling that you want something to move forward in particular, that the universe is like, not yet, not yet, just not quite yet. The Hermit, as we know, has a lamp. And when you have the lamp, it's a sign from the tarot that there's something to be seen. It can be an insight. It can be an idea. Being a water sign, being cardinal, being Cancerian, you do come up with things, but they're like pearls in a shell. They come slowly. You're not usually people who rush around like this, that. You're more, I'm just moving from inside this shell. And that's what's happening. The universe is encouraging you as we come into January for you to stay in your shell, but in a good way. We came in on the heels of a new moon in Capricorn, your opposite sign, which I really, really like. And I need to find my new, is that my new? I've got my new 2025 moon diary here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, we come in off this opposite sign, new moon in Capricorn. And for you, I find that you're calmly planting the seeds that need to be planted. And I like that for you. I like it a lot. Okay. When's the next full moon and what is that in, please? Okay. Oh, of course it is. It's in Cancer. Right. January the 13th. Mark this in your book. Okay. I like that. Love the little cartoon of it. Full moon in your sign. Something is going to be born at this point. Maybe literally. It's as we build up, and especially for water signs, as we build and we build off that new moon in your opposite sign and we come to the full moon in your sign, you are bringing something along that wants to see the light of day, but has been gestating. And that's nice. It's a very Cancerian move. It's a very good way to play it as well. So if this is about something to do with making a plan about where you're working or where you're living, or about a connection, a relationship that you either already have or you're looking to form with somebody romantically or something, it's all happening under the surface. When nothing is happening, everything is happening. Thank God you're Cancerians, because a lot of, you know, fire signs and air signs would not really deal with this energy as well as you are. Oh, yes. Wow. That's the third. We've got 3 out of 3 major arcanas, by the way. 3 out of 3. Magician is in the house. Now, this is interesting. When we get the Magician, this is about agency. It's when the Fool finds out that they can make something happen. This is a month for you to make something happen. As you get this reading, you're already in the, where are we? When is it? What day is it? Where am I? I'm in those days in between Christmas and New Year. You know, when you get those days where you just don't even know what day it is. You're eating like steak and chocolates for breakfast, and you're in your PJs like 24/7. Anything goes at this point, doesn't it? So yeah, as you get this reading, you will be in the new moon in Capricorn vibe. So make sure, I'm going to wag my finger, make sure you are manifesting. Make sure you know what you want to plant. Make sure the Hermit has seen what's in this lamp and thinks, this is what I'm putting into 2025. This is what I'm putting into now. This is what is important to me, and this is how I want things to transpire. This is how I want it to grow. And then find a little ritual, and it can be anything from as easy as write it on a bit of paper, stick it under your pillow. It can be just say it to yourself before you fall asleep, or you can go full blown with the sage and the gong, you know, the pendulum, the tarot cards flying, whichever way you want to do it. Okay, entirely up to you, but you have the power to change something about the situation. And it's a very quiet power. And I like that for you. That is your, you know, if everybody had a superhero skill, yours is this very quiet power that you bring to the table. Nobody knows that you're taking everything in, Cancerians, except me. I know you are. It's a skill, and you don't need, like a lot of other signs, you don't need to discharge it all, to tell everybody, to do something about it. You're very good at keeping everything under your hat, under your shell. So this plays into your hands beautifully. Beautifully. I'm excited. This is very exciting. Okay, tell us something that is an obstacle to this. What is the obstacle that we're trying to overcome, please? Oh, yes. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is mental obstacles. It's limiting your own powers, feeling you can't or don't deserve something, feeling you're not quite worthy, you're not free to manifest, you're not free to choose what is out there. Whether this is that you're going to, and I have a theory as well, that this time between, this short period of time between 2024 and 2025 is a great time for people wanting to change career, even though it's the time when everyone will tell you no one's hiring. Okay? Buck the trend. Buck the trend. And of course it's a time also where we're coming up to thinking about our love life. Who are we with? Who are we not with? Are we single? Are we coupled? Do we want this connection? Do we not? All of those things are going through our head. Okay? I will do some love cards in a minute. I'm just looking at the general kind of vibe that we're getting. There'll also be an extended reading for the love section, as there is every month. That will be the first link in the description box. Okay, I'll make sure I put it there. At the moment, these are your demons, and they are vaporous. They're not, they feel like in Harry Potter, you know, when they have those sort of dementors and they're sort of flying around. It doesn't feel like they're real obstacles for you. It feels like only your own mind is an obstacle for you at the moment. It's just a case of loosening the knots and expanding a little. You can have a lot more than you're going for here. You can get a lot more than you're going for. Let's take another card to go with that Eight of Swords. Yes, nice. Three of Wands. So this is prospecting, looking on the horizon, seeing what's out there for you. Don't settle. I think that's definitely something that I'm getting for you. Don't settle for what you used to settle for. Don't stop just before you get to bust that line. There is something here that's going to involve almost like a breakout. You've had this thing in the shell, you've harbored it, you've acknowledged it. For some of you, you've done the work for it, but you're also slightly held back and wanting to release something. This could be a form of kind of rebellion, that you're feeling rebellious, which is not, it is quite Cancerian, but it doesn't happen very often. Be open to overshooting your goal. So if you are doing manifesting, go for it. Make your list golden and long. Okay, if you're applying for jobs, apply for whatever you want, not what you think you might get. Yes, yes. The Star. Oh, I love the Star, and I love this for you. This is a real hope. It's a ray of hope. It's hope where there may have been despair. It's often, you know, when you have the angel of despair and you get the angel of hope just flying out. Some of you, 2024 was a little bit rough. I could see that from doing the readings for you. You faced a lot of challenges. You faced yourself, which is probably the biggest challenge that any of us have, isn't it? Is to face ourselves. Some of you were making decisions about where you stand with certain family members, where you stand with certain friends, with relationships, where you are, where they are, what you can allow to affect you and what you will no longer allow to affect you. Boundaries, you know, that kind of thing, the B word. This is telling you to shoot for the stars, literally. Shoot for the stars. Don't be held back, and even more, don't be talked out of anything, actually. You're cautious enough for yourself. You don't need anybody else's caution on top. Shall we look at your love life? Okay. I think I want to use a different deck for your love life. Hang on. Woof. Scarlet Rose Tarot. It's a love deck. Love deck. That's why it's got like roses on it. Okay. Tell me, please. Oh my lord. I have to put my readers on, but I think that's the Two of Cups. I was getting a good vibe. Thought someone was skateboarding down the street then. I live at the top of a hill. Look at you. Look at you. Oh my God. Two of Cups. Straight out. Venus in Cancer. I have a very good feeling about this. I had a good feeling before I pulled the card. I don't know. I just have a good feeling about it. Let's have a look at the cards while I'm doing this. Nice. Okay, that's the other deck. I'll put that over here a minute. We may use that still. Okay, so we have Two of Cups. Woohoo! Venus in Cancer, it's the you put the phone down first card. It's the relationship card. It's the love card. Wow, okay. Nice, but look what it's coming with. Independence, the Nine of Pentacles. The ability to know where you begin and end. The ability to uphold boundaries in love relationships. The ability to know your character, to know your moral compass. And not really to be leaning over to know what theirs is, but more knowing where you're coming from in all of this. Where you're coming from. Where your centre of gravity is. Where your power is. Yes! Ding, ding, ding! I love it when we get the card that represents your star sign. We get this gorgeous Chariot card. This is beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so you're coming up as your own sign, the Chariot. Major Arcana, movement, something happening. There's often two horses in the Chariot. There isn't in this one. There's just one, which is much more you, actually. But you're still driving this Chariot. You're in the driving seat when it comes to your love life. Manifesting puts you in the driving seat because you are in some way a part of your destiny. But also, just what's happened to you in 2024 has made you a lot stronger. I think your boundaries have just become a lot more available to you. Sometimes we can be doing all the work that we want on boundaries, but they're not available to us. It just doesn't stick. It just doesn't work for us at that particular time. And for you, you're going to find that something loosens off, that it does work for you, that you can, it's not laying down the law. You can speak your mind. You can express your very Cancerian, caring, loving nature in a very caring and loving way. And I like that for you. Some of you might be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because that Magician for me, it does signal air signs. So I'm just thinking for some of you, there's an air sign vibe. Tell me a bit more, please. Oh my God. Honestly, this is such a juicy reading for you. Can you guess? Right, don't cheat. Don't cheat. Put in the comments section what this card is. Okay? Oh, you can see it. Maybe you guessed, maybe you didn't. Oh my God, the Magician. How I love it when this happens doing tarot. It's just, there it is. The Magician. That's your person. Now, this person, woof. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is the air sign I associate with this, but so is communication, wittiness, the ability to communicate with you on a very playful level. You've got playful communication going on here. This could be somebody you're talking to online. It could be somebody you're exchanging texts with or emails with. It's exciting, but it's also appealing to your Cancerian dry humour side, which I love. I love Cancerian's humour. You have a very dry sense of humour that you don't shout about. It's quiet. But because you are taking in what's going on around you all the time and nobody really knows that, you get to see what's happening. And that is where the basis of humour. Okay. So we have this love story. Beautiful. Two of Cups. Exchange of equals, actually. This is an exchange of equals. They're not like you. They're not, it's not like you've got everything in common. Maybe even the opposite of that. But there's a vibe here where you play off each other. And I like it. You're in full tilt. And it's about time. You're in full you mode, full Cancerian mode. And you're unapologetic as well, because of whatever's gone on for you. And it's different for all of you, but things have happened. You're unapologetic, you're unapologetically yourself, but this person is also intriguing. They are intriguing. Maybe you've got like an air sign, in Venus in an air sign or something like that as well. Oh, tell me a bit more about this. Come on. I'm getting tooled up. I'm putting the hand cream on. What do we need to know about this, please? Tell us what we need to know. Oh my God, I love that. I love that. This is like almost a mirror reading. The star. Just saying. Ooh, Cancer, you can have this. You can have what you wish for. You may have to brush up on your wishing skills. Wishing is like, you know, wishing and manifesting, especially because what often comes up for us is resistance, and that will never happen, or why am I doing this? I'm silly to even be thinking this. All of those things, you have to learn how to deal with all of those things. So go and brush up on that. For God's sake, don't miss this opportunity. If you are not putting yourself out there, you need to be putting yourself out there, because, you know, you are Queen Bee or Queen Crab with this. You've got this sense of independence which makes you very magnetic. You've got a real sense of who you are. Good sides and bads, and good sides and bads. And you're not apologising for any of it, which is the epitome of confidence. This person is also very confident, the Magician. And the Star is just this divine feminine nature card that just says, you can have what you wish for. Now, a card has fallen on the floor. I have got a bad back. So, I'll see you in about 5 minutes when I pick it up. Okay. 5 of Wands. Miscommunication. Tell me a bit more about this miscommunication. It might even be missed communication. Tell me more. I'm going to use the other deck for this. Haha. Oh my God, that's so cool. I love this for you. We get the 8 of Wands, which is communication that actually goes in the right direction. Some of you are in a bit of a, I don't know, he said, she said, they said, whatever. It's not, when it's the 5 of Wands, it's nothing that's massive or, you know, massive root problem with the relationship. But it's something where you could be missing each other's point, you know, or miss the text. It's little things, but there are things where there have been minor misunderstandings. The 8 of Wands is the card of momentum, of the big conversation, of things moving, of you being able to talk. I'm looking at this full moon that we have on the 13th for you, and I'm not sure if you're in a situation where you're wondering whether to reach out or not. I would, if you can, postpone it until the full moon. Yeah. 6 of Pentacles, you will receive. It's about receiving. Gosh. Tell me a bit more about that, please. Yeah. I like this. Full moon, 8 of Pentacles. There's work to be done. Okay? It's nice work and it can work, but there's a conversation here that will happen around the time of the full moon, or if just the next sort of 2 to 3 days after, because that full moon energy kind of lasts. It's a blessing for you, okay? It's a blessing. And it's a conversation that, remember you got the Hanged Man and you got the Hermit. you couldn't have had beforehand, because it would have fallen apart. And the universe has kept you from that. And that is, do they call it kismet? Divine timing, I think. Yeah. In the extended reading, I am going to look at these love cards here. I'm going to look closely at the Magician. I want to know about what's going on behind the scenes with this person. Who is this person? The Two of Cups. I want to know how to achieve this, how to achieve harmony. How do they feel? What's going on? We'll do some shadow cards as well, because light and shadow is at play here. But there is a playfulness about this that I really, really like. The card that you get is Window. A new adventure in love is coming. Get ready. Open the window, Cancerians. Woof. Leave me a comment, okay? If you want to join me for the extended, I'm going to go and do that right now. It's a link in the description box. You can find it. Drop me a crab in the comments and say hello. I read all of my comments and I try to get back to as many as I can, especially the Cancerian ones. And I'll see you soon. Namaste.